Girl Take Chris here. I am going to go ahead and take you guys along on my makeup tutorial, how I do just a standard natural beat. If you look at my previous videos, it will show you my skin regimen, just because I don't believe in putting makeup on top of a whole bunch of blemishes and things of that nature. That just, to me, I'll promote healthy skin, so that's just my preference. No offense to anybody, but that's just my preference. So make sure you watch that video first. I'm starting with that regimen already being done, and I'm going to go ahead and apply my makeup. So let's go. So the first thing I use is my LA Girl Pro Concealer in orange and green to color correct dark spots and any redness. The orange is used to correct the dark spots, and the green is used for any red blemishes. And we apply that and then take a beauty blender and blend it out. I then use a pea-sized amount of the Becca Ever Matte Primer, and I apply it to my T-zones. So I slowed it down just for a second because you are going to see me use a few high-end items, I guess they call it, but it is okay. My concealers come from the hair store. My eyebrow pencil, this is a Family Dollar eyebrow pencil in the color brown. Two come in a pack for like $1.50. Like, it's okay to not spend $20 on a pomade. You know, my natural brows are, you know, alright, but to achieve a good feeling look, it is okay to use a cheap brow pencil. To me, to get the perfect brow, you have to spool first. You also want to use short strokes, no long strokes. So next I use the LA Girl Concealer in Cool Tan, and I use that as my base for my eyeshadow, as well as to clean up my brow. So once you clean up your brows, again, you're going to use a beauty blender to just go ahead and blend out no hard lines ever. And so guys, when it comes to palettes, makeup palettes, so again, like I said, I'm only in year one, but for eyeshadow, I use on a day-to-day basis, I use two palettes. I use the Masgarade Mini by Juvia's Place. This is so beautiful, y'all, and the colors are so pigmented. As you can see, I use it often. Haven't really touched the bright colors because I'm scared of those yet, but yeah. This is a dupe of Nude. It's called Icon, but it is a dupe of Nude. This is my everyday base color. It's called Gilded. As you can see, it's about gone, and I brought it from a beauty supply store. But guys, and I have very sensitive skin. I never break out anything like that, but so I use a double-sided brush. One is more of a fluffy end and one is a firmer end. The firmer end I use to put the light color right under my brow as the highlight, and then my base color I use the fluffy end just to do my entire eyelid. So then I use a flat eyebrow brush. This brush is by e.l.f. and I believe I got it from Old Navy. And I use the darkest color to put in the crease of my eye. Once I put that in the crease of my eye, I kind of blend it together as much as I can. As you can see, I'm using a back and forward motion. I then use a contour brush, and I use that for the wing of my eyelid, and I again bring it in towards the middle. The last step I take is to just compress a little bit of the gold color onto the eyelid. I use the Black Radiance liquid eyeliner. It's double-sided with a thin side and a thick side. I use the thin side to do a quick wing eye. So when it comes to foundations, I'm a mixer. to get the color that I really need. I use the Nars New Orleans color, and then I use the Maybelline Fit Me in 362. So I just take a simple makeup brush and I dip it in and I put dabs of the foundation over my face. So once I apply all of the foundation, the two different foundations, I use a damp beauty blender and I blend. So I use the LA Girl Concealer in Chestnut and I write the number 3 on the sides of each of my face, and then I use a fluff. I then use the color Fawn in the concealer to conceal under my eyes, down my nose, on my Cupid's bow, and I blend that out as well. I then use a dry beauty blender to use my Airspun translucent powder. I add a little bit just to where I contoured at, a very light amount, and I only let it sit for about 5 minutes before I brush it off. While I bake, I go ahead and apply my lash strips. I use the Kiss Beehive strips. They sell them at Walmart for about 10 bucks. And I do use just the glue. I plan on doing a video on how I apply my lashes just because I'm so proud of myself for learning. So stay tuned for that when you subscribe. So again, I don't want to look casket ready, so I take a fluffy brush and I just try to get as much of the powder residue off. And I just blend it out and blend it out. So I think highlight is like my favorite part. One, because that means I'm almost done, but I just love the effects that it gives. So I use the Black Radiance highlighter. I apply it to my Cupid's bow, the middle of my nose, the side of my cheeks, and I use a fan brush just to blend it out. And I love it. There's the kit. Alright guys, so then I add a little bit of mascara on the bottom just to give my eyes that pop. And then I use the NYX matte finish. A lot of the products that I use are matte just because I do have oily skin and I want it to last all day. So I apply that and then that is my finished look. So this is my face without a flash. This is my face with a flash. There's no flashback thanks to the Airspun powder.